Welcome to the Rocks Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by Ghostbed.com. Oh, Jabes, look at you.
What up?
A little copper tone, baby.
What up?
You're getting some of that Texas sunshine on your skin.
I don't feel like I am, but
you're kidding, right? No, you do. You look tan. You look real tan. I've been stuck inside fighting off the hurricanes. And,
right.
You know, what are you gonna do about it, Jabes? I'm pale, baby. I've been packing. I've been on the road here for 2 months, right? Back and forth between just living out of suitcases because you and I decided to make this journey together about 2.5, 3 months ago, right?
Right.
Some deals went down, and Austin was the place. Obviously, Joe Rogan is going there, so a bunch of other people are going there. We had the heads up on that. Austin is going to be the mecca as far as like podcasting goes, and there'll be a lot of guests that we can get, and it'll be fun times.
Right.
When we decided to do this and make that decision, we knew our time here in the Kakalaki, North Kakalaki, would be coming to an end, which today is our last show here.
It's crazy.
So I've been going back and forth, moving for like kind of 3 months off and on. The rest of the office of Ross Patterson Revolution goes today. We'll do Drinkin Bros fake news this afternoon, and then we'll have one more show tomorrow for Drinkin Bros. And then I'm on the road in my truck in the very last car, headed to Texas, and that'll be it for me in the state of North Kakalaki. But
I don't love the North Kakalaki sitch, but
too bad. It's what you're getting today. You're getting a big bowl of Kakalaki, James.
Sure.
It's going to be a North Kakalaki sesh. It's almost like bukkake, but only for North Carolinians.
Right.
Is that a term, Giorgio? North Carolinians? How do you pronounce that here?
North Carolinians?
Yeah. Carolinians?
Carolinians? Yeah.
Either way, packing up the studio today got a little bit sentimental. Reason why is you and I started this show here. Mm-hmm. We started this show here about almost 4 years ago at this point. And I had forgotten, like, you know, our journey along the way from I think we started off in like a finished room above the garage. We didn't know. We didn't know what was going to happen with podcasting, you know. We were just having fun. Just a couple of crazy kids having fun, you know. Now I'm 32 years old now, and it seems strange.
Growing up.
Yeah, I'm growing up right in front of your eyes.
Giorgio, can you tell Giorgio to have Ibby change that thumbnail?
Yeah.
It's the old one.
Ibby has one fucking job, dude, you know.
So I just need it to be the current. I just need it to be the current thumbnail. We are going live for the last time in our studio.
Yeah.
So Ibby, if you can hear me, change the fucking thumbnail.
There you go.
From the one from yesterday to the one to today. Thank you so much. Anyway,
James gets in one last jab. But we then moved, like it started getting bigger and becoming like a real thing, and people wanted to come on the show. So we moved to the garage. We had a very nice spread in the garage. Then we moved to our first studio, which was shared with somebody else and some other folks. Then we bought our own, and then bought a bigger one. And we've outgrown this, and we are headed to Austin, Texas. Last show here in the Kakalaks, Jabes. Fondest memory in the Kakalaks for you. Go.
As far as our show?
Yeah.
Fondest memory.
I'll go.
I did like the chili cook-off just in that studio.
Chili cook-off.
Very fun.
It was very fun.
And I look forward to that being an annual thing and just growing and growing.
I agree. That's a blast, and that needs to
Winning
become a
rib,
regular thing every year.
Winning the rib cook-off.
Yeah, big
in
one
my
for you.
hood.
Yep.
That was top of, but marriage, kids, and everything. That to me was like
Number
the
one.
best day of my life.
Yeah. I get that.
Right.
Marriage is probably second. Kids are after that, I would imagine.
Third.
I'm sorry?
Third? Probably third.
James, when a man comes into your life with strength and bravery like myself, you should praise him. You should praise him, baby.
Praise him like you should.
Yeah. Put a little Moby on and praise me like I should, dude. I think episode 100 was my favorite. We did. We had listeners send in Sizzurp. I don't remember that show.
That was fun.
It was a fun show though, but
and weird, and I don't remember it, so that's probably not.
I don't either. There's one episode that never aired, by the way.
Of ours?
Yes. We've only had one in our history, which is shocking. Drinkin Bros, shit, man. There's probably 40, 50 you haven't heard where it's just like, whoa, that got too out of control. Josh Harkis.
Oh, right.
Friend of the show.
I think I still have it. Still have it.
Oof.
He was and Ish.
He just come back from San Francisco and had some of the strongest weed on the planet. And it was like, hey, he's just like, I've always wanted to do a show with you guys. I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, let's get super baked and then do this show. This is what I was talking about last week with the Post Malone Joe Rogan thing, right? I realized that we were all high, and afterwards, like we were laughing until we were crying and all that stuff. But I also realized that it was jokes that were only funny to the three of us because we were so high that I was like, oh, well, this can't air because no one should be in on this. Very, very similar to that Post Malone Joe Rogan interview where it was just
really
similar.
And
mushrooms was probably not a good idea.
Right. And again, love them both. That was just one of the worst pieces of podcasting content I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the entire time I was just like, oh.
And we love them. We love both of them. So
we love both of them, and they're
just a bad
they're
choice,
usually great. Any word on that thumbnail being changed?
He was on it before we started the show. Tell him it's James' last show. Text him right now and say, look, James is raging. Put up the proper thumbnail on YouTube. By the way, hammer
either no thumbnail or the proper thumbnail.
Yeah.
I need it done now. I can't handle it.
James can't handle it anymore.
It's just, come on.
One job, baby. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, hammer the like button right now.
If you can find this show.
If we can beat the algorithm. If you can find it because of the thumbnail.
It's yesterday's thumbnail.
I know it is. It's changed. Giorgio says it's changed. So.
Oh, is it? Let me check. Carry on. Anyway.
So with the cackalakiness, I enjoyed Wilmington Brewery is my favorite here. I'm gonna miss that, and then there's a lot of stuff I'm not gonna miss. I'm not gonna miss that school board here, whatsoever.
The school board,
yeah. I'm not gonna miss the school board, and I'm definitely not gonna miss what's going on today. Roy Cooper, the dickhead governor of North Carolina, just announced another 5 more weeks of COVID. That motherfucker is like the goddamn Punxsutawney Phil of this whole state. 5 more weeks of COVID. You're not going anywhere. We're going to live in stage 2 forever, Jabes. So, look, I got about 36 hours left in this state. We have a lot of friends who own like bars, restaurants, salons, all that other shit. And, I don't know how they can survive it. So September 11th is the new opening date for North Carolina to get out of phase 2. That means no bars, no gyms, no nothing, brother.
Are we kind of there in Texas as well?
No, look, we're all good in Texas. Like shit's open. I went out to a million places. What are you looking at phone wise there, Jabes? What are you doing? She's texting. Georgia. Gotcha. But so I think we're good to go. Our schools are going to at least be open to go to in with children inside the fucking school, which is nice in Texas. They're not going to be able to do that here
in September.
Yeah, September 8th is the big day, and looking forward to that. But more importantly, just looking forward to a big city again. It's been a long time.
Oh yeah,
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And again, when we signed those deals to move to Austin, you did not have to twist my arm to go there.
No.
Javes will be back living a best life.
How am I living my best life?
You're going to be back in your restaurants, all the things that you love in this world.
Yeah.
A nice glass of wine,
an appy,
Mexican food.
Appetizer.
Yeah, all that's going to be back for you, Jabes, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Also happy for Jake Paul for getting raided by the feds yesterday. We talked about this towards the tail end of yesterday's show.
Right.
And there had to have been more to this. You don't just get rolled up on, with the jump out boys.
Right.
If you don't got some serious shit going on.
Yeah.
So
more has come out with this story.
And you and I talked about it yesterday, and you said guns, porn, or drugs.
Money.
Yeah. Or money. So it turns out, it appears so far that Jake Paul owes $2 million to the IRS.
That's what I said.
They were pulling fucking endless weapons out of his, like machine guns out of his place, which now that I don't really give a shit about. I don't understand, I guess, why it's illegal unless,
Oh, so they're doing, apparently this is related to the incident in May. Do you remember when he was
shooting inside that mall for the yeah.
So apparently this is all in connection to that. And then once you start watching somebody for one thing, you will find other things, right?
Sure.
And a lot of people are speculating, like I was yesterday, like, YouTube pays you a lot of money, merch pays you a lot of money. But he's in a $10 million mansion in California with Lamborghinis everywhere. It just doesn't quite translate. Do you know what I mean?
Here's how it translates to me. Okay. Like the last 2 years, his average income is $16.5 million. I don't know why you owe a year. That is a year. And that is minus merch and shit. I don't know how you could possibly blow through all of that and owe the government $2 million in taxes. I just don't. You've got a CPA at that level. You have a CPA. His brother was already YouTube famous before him and making a fuck ton of money. You know the rules and all that shit, right? The cars and everything else. Sure, you're a kid. Do whatever the fuck you want. It looks great in your videos, and that ups the production and your life on there. The guns, I don't have a fucking problem with. Like, if anybody was going to get capped in real life, it's probably the Pauls. One of them, right?
Yeah.
One of them is going to get fucking offed at one point. But there was a lot of speculation yesterday that said there was some pornography being shot there. But
I'm sure there was.
Maybe there was. I don't know.
As long as it's not child porn, there's nothing illegal about that, though, right?
No. And,
So what's the issue?
They said the raid is somehow in connection with Jake getting arrested at that Scottsdale mall, which you were talking about earlier, and then another one of his buddies, the feds raided his house in Las Vegas. Now, Jake was not home at the time of this, but it's strange. It says he was in the mall, at the Scottsdale thing, which he was arrested for trespassing and then later charged with a misdemeanor for that. But, I don't know why a raid is going down, to be honest with you. A lot of people brought up the fact that he had some guns in some of his videos, like on the walls, outside the hot tub, all that other shit. Again, I guess if they weren't registered to him, but, is that really worth 2 tanks going in there and You know?
No. So that's the other thing that people are saying, which you have to understand is, a couple guns in somebody's house is not FBI worthy. They don't do all of that.
Right.
That. So there's a lot that we don't know. What we also know from watching any criminal show where they are trying to get someone that they clearly know is guilty for something, the amount of hoops that they have to jump through and the amount of time they have to work on a case before they can even get to the point of getting a warrant to do that is such a long time. So at that point, they already have him on something. We just don't know what it is. So they're not like seeing if they can get something.
Yeah.
They know something.
Yep.
It's already done. They've gotten to that point. So I predict an arrest. I don't know what this is going to be about, but we definitely don't know. And it's not about a COVID party.
No.
It's not about having a couple guns. It's not about being seen in a video or shooting porn. Like, all of these things don't warrant what they did to his house. I mean, there's people with cell phone footage outside. He's in Calabasas. So there's all these normal people like outside shooting these, like, I mean, little militia coming up to his house. I mean, that is not for these things that we mentioned. And it's not even really for owing the IRS $2 million. So there's other things involved that are going to come out. No one knows what it is at this point.
I'm shocked by this, to be honest with you. Like,
why?
They have so much money that it just
literally.
But they have money that they have starting NFL quarterback money a year, salaries, and I don't understand any of it.
It's not about the owing $2 million. Mark my words.
No, I understand that, but let's say it's drugs or porn or whatever else. It's like, man, you have enough money where you can buy prostitutes. You can buy your favorite porn stars if you want to. There is so much money there that you can legally do whatever you want. You're above the law, baby. Just don't do anything crazy illegal, which is it sounds easy, but it is not. The other one, speaking of just don't do anything crazy illegal. There is a story this morning that I read that I fucking hate the media more than life itself. I hate them. Magazine this morning, and here's my frustration with the media. They have great writers there at the New York Magazine. However, every fucking article is so goddamn slanted to the left that it's like, why did you put those 2 paragraphs in there? So I read about this couple. Now tell me if you've heard this. In New York, who lit off a molotov cocktail. They made it themselves in a Bud Light bottle, beer bottle. Yeah, beer bottle. So it was small, and there was some vandalism from an NYPD car, and the chick rolls down the window, chucks the Molotov cocktail inside the police cruiser. It goes up in flames. They get arrested, 15, 20 minutes later.
Kill somebody?
Did not. There was nobody in the car. Here's the interesting part of this. Her and the male who was driving, who was another lawyer, working at a firm. They didn't say how much money he made, but the minimum starting salary at that firm is $150. So it's a good goddamn law firm. You know what I'm saying? They're both lawyers. Now, in the state of New York, when you do something like this, it is a federal crime. The minimum, Jabes, that you're serving on this, 45 years in prison.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
45 years in prison. So they do this article with New York Magazine where they're trying to plead their case of like, we're good people and we're lawyers and we're smart and we just had a lapse in judgment that night, and the friends and the family don't know what they're going to do because they're facing a minimum of 45 years in prison each. Apparently they've got some footage of Homeboy buying some of the equipment, the rags and the beer bottles to throw these Molotov cocktails into the car. So therefore, he's getting it as well. Both of them are getting 45 years at a minimum in prison. And what they're hoping secretly is that they can ride this out until a new Department of Justice comes in, hopefully after this election, and gives them a lesser sentence for this. I just don't understand what the fuck you were thinking about. Now, they have this girl doing an interview about 15 minutes before she threw this Molotov cocktail, and she was like, the justice system is worthless, and, you know, violence is the only answer anymore. That's all these fucking pigs are going to listen to. And it's like, it's shocking to hear a lawyer talk like that, where you're like, dude, if you work in the justice system, why are you a lawyer then?
Sorry, quick question. Are they both white?
No, they're not. One appears to be, I think she was an immigrant from the Middle East, and the other guy is black. Okay. And so, again, both high-powered attorneys in New York City. Both are now going to be facing 45 years in jail. And this article, and now here's where the slant comes in with this article. They were like, you know, we just think this is super unfair. And when the president of the United States is able to bend the laws however he wants, why can't we bend the laws for these people who are clearly good people and blah, blah, blah. You throw fucking Molotov cocktails lit into a goddamn police cruiser.
Cop car.
You don't know what's going to happen. Everybody was protesting that night. I saw the footage. Like, what if that would have exploded? I mean, that would have killed who fucking knows how many people who were out there protesting in the streets that night. And it was into a federal vehicle. You know it's a 45-year minimum sentence for something like that. Your lawyers in New York, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
So when I read this article, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about here? So it's strange to read, but the reason why I wanted to tell everybody that is, in case you're out there and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, man, fuck everything. I'm going to go protest and burn some shit down. Don't throw a Molotov cocktail into a cop car. You're looking at 45 at a 45. Minimum.
Doesn't matter who you are.
Nope.
You will get that. I mean, they're going to get something, hopefully. I don't think 45 years is...
The law, but that's the law. That's the minimum. And I remember when, because look, not that we all haven't done stupid shit, because we all have.
Sure.
But it's knowing that line where you're like, man, I think I might be pushing this too far tonight. I know I've been there. I'm sure you have, Jessie.
Of what?
Just rule breaking, you know?
Oh, no. I would, even in the protests, I would be like, just don't like draw on anything that's like a business. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Be like, just make sure it's an abandoned wall or something.
Yeah. Well, I've certainly pushed it in my life, but I always know the line of like, I think that could probably land you in jail for a long time. Therefore, I'm going to back off of that.
Nothing that's going to hurt people. Like,
yeah. It's Juice, the movie Juice. You got to know the ledge. And I know the ledge. But when I read about these people, I'm like, dude, no part of me feels sympathy for them whatsoever. What the fuck did you like? I can't remember somebody lighting a Molotov cocktail. Like, what? This isn't fucking East Germany, bitch. You know, we're not the wall's not up anymore in Germany. We're not trying to, throw Molotov cocktails to the other side. But yeah, this article to read, and they were like, oh my God, it's so heartbreaking or whatever. They burned down a police cruiser. What do you think was going to happen with a Molotov cocktail?
Yeah, not heartbroken. That's for sure. These people are radical.
Yeah.
At the very least, they need to be like put into jail, prison, whatever, and calm the fuck down for a little bit. Like,
yeah,
you're two lawyers throwing Molotov cocktails that you made yourself. It's so premeditated. It's so premeditated that it's not like, oh, I was drinking and I just threw a fucking bottle. Like, you went online, you went on YouTube, you figured out how to make it. You've done a couple test runs, and now this night was like you doing it.
Yeah, it's
premeditated at the highest level. So, no, I mean, you're radical.
Yeah, it's definitely a Molotov cocktail sitch there, and how's the internet, Giorgio? Okay, because it looks blurry as shit over here. But if you're watching on YouTube, hammer the like button. Let us beat the algorithm. And we'll say this, we do have a call with Spotify today. So see how those numbers shake out, kids. Wouldn't mind hopping on down the bunny trail to Spotify. But everything I did say about YouTube losing people and then losing Rogan and all that shit. Alex Jones is back, baby. He's back on YouTube.
I love to see it.
How long will that last, I wonder? But he is on the YouTubes. And
I really think that he will, at the very least, tone down.
Not a prayer.
Basically just getting people in a mob-like situation and sending them to people's houses. I think he will not do that. I think he was put in YouTube jail for long enough that right?
Look, it's I'm a freedom of speech guy. You obviously can't tell people to go and run up on somebody's house and shit and burn it down, but the way everybody is getting censored across the board on all of these social media platforms these days, like I am genuinely surprised he's back, to be honest with you.
I am too, but he must have,
we had a Wayfair meme, Jabes, that was blurred out on our Instagram about
that's right.
about the baby and the goddamn, a happy baby in the,
I'm getting some Wayfair stuff delivered today. Very excited.
We're going to get a baby. We're going to get a little baby in there, James. Woo-hoo-hoo.
I hope it's actually a chair and not a child. I'd be very pissed if I got the child.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Ugh.
Fuck.
The Yelp review I would give if a child showed up would be very harsh.
Quick update on Yelp reviews. Ray, the shitty carpet guy in Austin, Texas, no longer has his number anymore or any form of social media. So,
well, we have to give a little update that we got a call for a truce.
Yeah. He called for a truce.
He called for a truce. We said, look, we don't want anything off. It's not about that.
He offered $400 off, and I was like,
$400 off.
You fucked up our lives for like 3 weeks. So that's a negative on that one, Ghost Rider. You can go fuck yourself,
And I also
Ray.
said, like, we don't do business like that. Like, we signed a contract saying we were going to pay you a certain amount, and that's what we're doing. You didn't hold up your side, and you're going to have to deal with that. But we're not going to let you, like, feel better for $400 because that is something. This call should have come a week ago. Yeah. So I'm down for a truce. I don't know if you are. I think we're just
not a prayer. Ray, you can go fuck yourself, hombre. And as soon as I Ray Bokeh, as soon as I find that new number, Holmes, this is just gonna continue. I was like the worst 3 days of my life. I think I was damn near death.
I'm good with not doing it anymore. I really just want to be done with it. But you guys did a great. Shut up. You guys did a great job, and he is definitely wanting it to stop. You guys really did your job. I'm fine with it stopping. So
I hold a grudge tighter than Tiny Tim holds that fucking stick to walk.
Yeah, but I think everybody
knows.
Thank you very much.
Everybody knows.
You guys definitely did a good job with him.
Hey, and I want to commend you for getting out of LA just in time, Jabes. You're a big partier. What? Everyone knows that. Everyone knows about your partying skills.
Unparalleled.
Legendary or non-existent, your choice.
They were looking for me at Jake Paul's place. Couldn't find me.
Well, the mayor of LA has now said, he made an announcement last night that was so laughable. I wonder if any of these people will have fucking jobs after November. It would be shocking. So the LA mayor, Garcetti, that piece of shit, says that he's going to start shutting off water and electricity.
To people having parties.
To people having parties. You've got to fight for your right to party these days. And
look, though, it's savage, and I have to respect it.
Fuck him. Fuck that shit. Let's face it, it's the summertime in Los Angeles, California. You know who fucking really parties there? Mexicans. Mexicans party in LA. They have epic backyard bashes and barbecues and all that shit, I want you to go down to East LA yourself, Garcetti, and just say, hey, guys, COVID rules. You've got more than 10 people at your house. Going to have to go ahead and shut off the water and power to your place in East LA. You tell me how that goes for you, Eric Garcetti. I'd love for you to be there and just go ahead and serve them that warrant before you go ahead and shut off the electricity and water at any party in East LA. My God, man.
I'd love to see it. Power and water.
Power and water cut.
In the middle of a party. Savage. It's savage.
That fucking state, man. I heard Rogan go off yesterday about it where he was just like, man, they're raising the state taxes from 13.5% to 16.5%, which is already disgustingly awful. And he goes, dude, they're not doing anything with the homeless because everybody's too afraid to fucking, I don't want to say anything because, well, I'm a liberal and this is what happens. Like, everybody, we're all just one. We're not alone together. No, you are. And you treat the homeless like shit. You treat everybody in the city like shit. Therefore, all of this money and raising the taxes is simply so you can put like porta-johns and other shit. You're not actually going to fix anything with it. You're just going to put a nice little Band-Aid over those problems and keep moving along until the rest of the state collapses on itself. And, shocking. But Garcetti coming on last night and then enforcing those rules along with the COVID shutdowns of you can't party. We're going to shut off your power and water. Come on, hombre. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being at a party and just turns into like a Pepsi commercial from the late 80s where you're like, what?
I would love it, but only because I'd be like, what is life? It'd be very Y2K.
Yeah.
Because I never got that at Y2K. Do you remember?
You never got a good Y2K experience.
We never got that thing where like the water and power and it all right at midnight, which is exactly what I wanted. Mm-hmm. So maybe we should talk to Bonfiglio and Hannah Lux Davis and have them do another Y2K.
Yeah.
Post it, and then they'll get that moment. How fun.
Great.
How fun would that be?
It'd be so fun.
Julio performing?
Yeah, dude. Come along and ride on the we got breaking news here, which we will discuss in depth today on Drinkin Bros fake news this afternoon. This was a big one. The state of New York is trying to permanently shut down the NRA, and they've filed lawsuits. So that's going to be a real fun one this afternoon on Drinkin Bros fake news, and we'll chat all about that. But
can't wait to get back on the news. I
know we miss you. We miss you, James.
I've been missing. I mean, you guys have been killing it. Actually, people like it more without me on it, but I don't care about that. I don't really listen to the numbers. I don't really listen to the numbers. I just like go with the vibe,
Yeah, yeah. You're all about the vibe, dude.
I'm all about the vibe.
Yeah.
It's more of a vibe than a numbers thing,
So she's saying, the Attorney General of New York is saying that there was greed, abuse, and brazen illegality. People were going to golf courses and on private jets and things like that. That's big business, brah.
Sure.
Everybody does that fucking shit. So
yep.
You trying to take down the NRA is obviously your own fucking agenda, but the rest of this shit, good luck. Good fucking luck. I like how you're trying to defund the police and then take away the NRA on top of it. Like, have fun.
Oh,
just drop off a bunch of sticks. Yeah. New York was almost great, wasn't it?
Oh, it was so close to every single street and every single borough being amazing.
Yeah. Crime is up 147% in New York.
Sure.
Since the COVID, and that is only going to continue here. This is the dumbest fucking idea of all time. One of the most hilarious ideas of all time, though, if this actually goes down, is they've been canceling the conventions, Japes. So Biden is going to do it from his house in Delaware. At this point,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Who's my VP? Have you guys picked that yet? Now here's the deal. Yep. I feel bad.
Maybe.
Exactly. Is that you, Biden? You in there? You in there? Huh? On Zoom? Huh?
Yeah. It'd be so fun. I really hope. Gosh, what a fun 4 years it would be, right?
Oh, if Biden gets in there?
Endless like laughs and just like weird little funny memes. I'd be so excited. Because we know the president can't do anything. Anyway, carry on.
If Biden got in, just imagine the first speech as president. Holy shit. What is he going to do, man? What is he going to do?
It would be life for me.
Oh,
you would
boy.
Really breathe
it would
so
be
much more
endless
life.
comedy for 4 years or 2 years or however long he lives. Well,
Since the whole world has gone to shit, I've decided to just live my life based on premium content, right? Like whatever it is, as long as it's premium content, I'm fine with it.
Sure.
Because what else matters at this point?
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters.
And that's Metallica. So you got Sleepy Joe giving a home speech, accepting the nomination for the Democratic Party from his basement with his handlers. And I'm sure he'll be all Adderalled up for that and be able to give you the best 8 minutes he possibly can toward his Zoom.
What do you reckon, though? Do you feel like it might be straight meth at this point? Or
I don't know, man. I feel bad because I don't know the other meds that's, comes along.
They can
with
literally rewire his brain and have a remote control.
But it takes time.
Maybe that's what he's doing right now.
Maybe.
We haven't seen him.
No, we've not.
It's literally just like implants under, like electrodes implanted under the skin, not like inside the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he did an interview yesterday, very short, again, a short piece, about 8 minutes, where he asked the reporter if she was a junkie. That was a fun little thing.
We reported on that yesterday.
We did, and it's going to carry over into this next story here because Trump has been holding little interviews and press events in the Rose Garden of the White House, right? The other one that he did the other day, didn't go so well either. Maybe both should just take a break from the press altogether. Maybe call one another and say, hey, man, let's just do the debates and maybe not talk in the press right now because you can't win with any of this shit. However, since there is no Republican convention in Jacksonville, Florida, he is now saying, I'm going to do it from the front lawn of the White House, which I don't know if you can do that or not. He says he can. Pelosi says it's illegal. Trump says it is legal. So I'm not sure. But either way, that's a baller move if you just decide to accept the nomination for your party in the front yard of the White House. That would be really hilarious and awesome.
Biden's doing it from his home. Why can't Trump do it from his?
That's where he lives. He lives in the White House.
He lives.
I say you got to let him do it. Next up is Shia LaBeouf. We actually love Shia LaBeouf on this show.
Love Shia.
We're LaBeouf heads.
We're huge LaBeoufs.
Yeah, we're LaBeouf heads, dude, and that's what it is. I find his whole shit fascinating. We talked about his last movie, Honey. We really liked. Love the movie before that too, the Peanut Butter Falcon. Honey Boy,
absolutely amazing, a masterpiece. Carry on.
Yes, the one before that, Peanut Butter Falcon, very, very good film as well. There is a weird one that has popped up that is coming. It's coming out, and they're dumping it to on demand, as they're doing with everything right now, right? Bypassing theaters with this. He's playing a cholo. Have you seen the trailer for this?
No, but I bet it's going to be amazing.
He's playing a Mexican cholo gangster here that is riding around the streets of L.A., and they browned him up a little bit, Jabes.
Oops.
He's definitely not Mexican, obviously, but
oopsie daisy. But again, me and Shia both, we have sort of a darker complexion. We can probably.
Glad you brought that up because that's what he's saying. He's saying, "Hey, man, I wasn't in brown face. Like I was just tan.
He could tan 100%. I believe him.
Yeah. And I think with you, like you look tan as shit right now. With the proper makeup, you could become a little Latino girl yourself.
Again, though, I won't.
You thought you were one for 35 years, so.
Right, but I wouldn't do it makeup wise. I would just get in the sun every day, you know what I mean, and get that dark.
Right.
Which is probably what he did.
So people are having a tough time with this movie, and they're saying he looks Mexican. The movie is called The Tax Collector. It's out on Friday. And look, he went full method as he does for everything, and he got a gigantic stomach tattoo. Remember Tupac had Thug Life?
And it's real?
Remember Tupac had Thug Life? Yes, this is 100% real. His says...
I love him so much.
Creeper on it. So, and the rumor is that he's not even the lead in this movie. So, I don't know, but I'm all in, and I want to see whatever the fuck this is.
I am so into this. I bet it's going to be absolutely everything. And I can't wait.
If you watch the trailer for The Tax Collector before you pop it on, you're gonna see him talking like a cholo, man. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it looks good.
So excited.
It's David Ayer. I mean, he's massive.
Right.
He's massive. But he plays the gangster enforcer Creeper, and he got Creeper tattooed all across his shit. And that is permanent. It is huge, by the way, this tattoo. It's not a little one-liner.
This is what I'm talking about. Everyone else is a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Compared to him. My lord.
Yeah. I got a tattoo in a movie, James. You were there.
You did.
I got 2 that day.
You did.
Shit. Yeah, I think you do shit like this. I don't know about getting Creeper tattooed on yourself, but
why not?
It's a little much.
Why not?
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
You know, that's your profession for life.
I agree. Look, I'm a LaBeouf head.
Why not?
We know this. Yeah,
huge LaBeouf.
I'm in.
Stan.
That's a tough one, and yeah. By the way, somebody just brought us our neighbors just brought us some. There's a bar and a restaurant bar and coffee place that opened up next door. Flat Rock Cider Company, semi-dry apple from North Carolina, homegrown cider.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cold. I don't know.
Goodbye gift.
Yeah, nice little, hey, man, thanks for playing next door.
Love it.
Okay, cool.
So the hawk broke his foot.
We're going to be watching a lot of RPR, buddy.
Sorry, bud.
Sorry about that.
Well, we're here for you, Hawk.
We are.
We wish you a speedy recovery.
Who was first in the room today, Giorgio? I don't know. All right. Giorgio's slipping, kids. You know who's not slipping is ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Amazing we still have sponsors after all this shit. 30% off if you're a member of the military or first responder, a teacher, or work in the government. I can tell you this. I just got the bundle package. I got the adjustable base, the new cooling mattress, and my God, man, the adjustable base is fucking incredible. I thought, because it comes with a remote control on it, I did not know you could turn it on and boom, it was a flashlight. Like, I thought it plugged into the side of the bed or you hit a button or whatever. This thing has like a remote control with it, and it goes all the way up. I'm going to put a video up on it when I get back to Texas on the old IG, but this is the greatest goddamn thing I've ever had in my life, and I don't know why we haven't had it this long. Actually, I do. We had a Cal King, and they didn't do that. Downgraded to a King for this thing. Super worth it. 30% off. Bundle all this shit together. If you're a regular civilian like myself, you get 25% off. You get 2 free pillows with the mattress. And the mattress is just as good as the goddamn pillows, Jabes. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today, where, as always, all of those deals are applicable with their 36-month pay-as-you-go program, which has no interest. So they can ship that right to your beehole at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Best mattresses. I fucking love this company. It's one of those ones I wish we owned, you know?
I know.
I wish we owned it.
It's just in terms of, when we talk about Ray and all of that, like just in terms of customer service and people always being taken care of, fast shipping, like even in these times, I think it's like 3 days,
They
4
never
days.
shut down,
the most would be a week, but they're just like, make sure that the product and the customer service is amazing. And we have to respect.
We do. Moose Cholak said he wants the hawk to get well soon. Absolutely. I don't know what this thing is on YouTube where you can tip or whatever, but
thank
we'll take
you.
it. We'll take it. We didn't set it up. By no means do you have to pay us for anything, but YouTube and Instagram. I know they're all going to that model and Twitch and everything, but we love you guys, and I hope the hawk gets better. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com, James. I poured a little in my drink, and I fucking punched a wall.
Yeah, I could tell.
I did. I went full Kyle today. Took a packet of that to the dome, and then just punched a hole in the wall. We're not coming back here. Therefore, I don't care.
Right.
And I went full Kyle, dude.
Sure.
You know me, James. You know me, baby. You fucking know me. You know sometimes I'll put my hand through a wall. You know?
Sure.
When I'm partying, obviously, not like any domestic abuse. You know?
Right.
Just partying.
Yeah, your abuse is more mental.
Well, there's that cage I put you in, too. Because you're my parrot and I love you. I teach you phrases and I make you say them back to me in my voice. Nope. StrikeForceEnergy.com. It's got the finest in the biz, James. Last longer 5-hour energy. You can get that thing on. Well, no Strikeforce on that dick. You're angry. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten. If you're worried about instant homosexuality, there's no gluten in it. You know, I don't even know what gluten is or what it means or what it does, and I don't care. What I care about is getting fucking juiced up off the rails. And this shit does it. You can pour it into any liquid available and get wet today. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Here it is, kids. Ship it in the same boxes that you get at 7-Eleven. Amazing. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off at StrikeForceEnergy.com. I'm gonna do a sponsor from Drinkin Bros that we just got here because it's the greatest fucking thing ever. And in case you only listen to this show and maybe not Drinkin Bros, I want to give a shout out to Firstleaf wine. Our promo code is tryfirstleaf.com/Drinkin Bros. That is tryfirstleaf.com/Drinkin Bros. So I fucking had it, dude. And I had it shipped to me. You get 6 bottles of wine for $30. It's the best. I had dinner with my parents last night. Shout out to my moms for the chicken to van. It's my favorite dish in this whole world. Yeah, we'll put the wine up here for sure. So I get 6 bottles sent to me. We had a bottle of wine last night at dinner at my parents' house, and the shit was like from all over the world. So this one is from Australia. I got one from Portugal.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I got one from the North Coast, wherever that is. Maybe that's New Zealand. I don't know, but I got wines from all over the world, and all of them were fantastic and different and amazing. So then what you do is you go to tryfirstleaf.com/Drinkin Bros. You tell them which ones you like, and then you start to build your own wine club, and it's cheap as fuck. 6 bottles for $30 I got. You fucking believe that shit?
That's insane.
I'm a gigantic fan of them, so I thought I'd give them a shout out today, just in case you don't listen to that show and you want a deal on wine. It's the best. It's the very best.
Yeah. I've wanted Firstleaf for a very long time. It was at the top of my wish list, so very excited that they're supporting the network.
Same. So I would imagine they'll be on all the shows soon. Obviously, Drinkin Bros is the mothership. 9.3 million listeners. We only have 1.8 here, James. You know, we're working our way up.
Well,
we're making our way downtown.
You know, our Broettes wine video was 23 million, but I mean, it is what it is.
25 million that's up to now.
It is what it is.
Isn't that crazy? Go to tryfirstleaf.com/Drinkin Bros today. Try this shit, man. It's amazing. 6 bottles for $6 for $30. $5 a piece. Who knew, Jabes? Moose Cholak says that Jabes, you're beautiful. Don't ever change. I agree. I agree.
Thank you.
That's why
AJ Gamble gave us a little bit of walking around money.
Oh,
What's up, bro? Thank you. Craig
DeLesky.
Craig DeLesky. He says, for my boy Ruben, for being first. I guess Ruben was first again.
Was first in the room. He beat the Hawk. By the way, Craig Dulesky asked me to be in his wedding, Jessie.
In his wedding?
Yeah. So it's in Maryland next year. I told him, I said, look, hit me up at the end of the year. If we're there, college football's open. Let's get fucking nude with it, you know?
Well, so we saw him in Ohio, and he said this to you in person, and you said, not a prayer, motherfucker. And I said, I said, I want to go. I like weddings. So Craig, at the very least, I will be there.
I don't even go to my own relatives' weddings.
You don't go to your own wedding.
Dude,
okay.
My own relatives' wedding. I don't even go to theirs because we got 2 kids. And I'm like, hey, man, it's tough. But with Craigers, you never know. It's during college football. Maybe I'm up there.
You never know, Craig. But I'm down. And I would never dismiss you as horribly as Ross did when he saw you. So.
Oh, boy. Here's the thing, kids.
Not a prayer, motherfucker. I mean, without skipping a beat.
Yep.
He was like mid-sentence, can you come to my wedding?
Not a prayer, motherfucker.
Like,
yep, that's exactly what I said. Not a prayer, motherfucker. Because I don't do that. I don't go to my friends and or relatives. I'm trying to think of the last wedding I actually went to, and I think it was, 2004. Yeah, but even with ours, remember, it was only 10 people. It was just us and our immediate family on the beach.
We kept it chill. What was another wedding that you went to?
Jesse. Kept it.
What was another wedding that you went to?
Tristan and Summer. My friends from college, and then Darren Garcia's wedding. That was my last foray into weddings.
No, your last wedding was ours because that happened before.
But that's what I'm saying. Like yours and ours, like I had to go to that. I'm getting married that day. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about other people's weddings. I would say it has been
years ago.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's been 15 or 16 years. 15 or 16 years, Jesse. So if Craigers, if I end up going to your wedding. There better be a fucking statue, some form of chocolate fondue sitch.
Yep.
And then obviously my cock needs to be bronzed and put on every single table as the centerpiece. You can put flowers through it.
Sorry to your fiance in advance.
I know, Amy.
Skeet. Uncle Skeet.
What's Uncle Skeet?
I don't know. He just gave us some walking around money, but I do love that name, so I had to say it.
Oh, I did too. I'm a big fan of Uncle Skeet.
Uncle Skeet, so gross.
I'm a huge fan of Uncle Skeet.
You're in the right spot, Uncle Skeet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. There's a weird.
What's the breaking news that we were going to talk about?
The breaking news was the NRA being fucking sued. They're trying to disband in New York, but there's also more. Ron Jeremy is back in court for the rape and the groping and all that shit for decades and decades and decades. Look, I stood up for my friend Brian Callen the other day from Fighter and the Kid, and I stand by that. Ron Jeremy, though, I know this fucking dude, and this is not surprising whatsoever. Therefore, I'm not gonna stand by and tell poor Ron. No. Ron was a dirtbag, and this definitely probably went down. When this trial starts, I think you're going to hear endless women come up. Same with like the Weinstein thing. I do. I think when you're that big in porn, pun intended, and then you're just not anymore, that dick gets hungry, and he's just trying to feed it. But you can't grope and you can't rape, my man. Those
Definitely
are the rules
can't.
in this life.
We've always been against that.
You have for a long time.
Day one, yeah.
Yeah.
Day one.
So,
it took you a while to get on board, but
that's terrible. Don't
really
say
terrible.
That. Yeah.
I can't say that. That's a joke.
Because when they come after all of us, they're going to play that.
Obviously a joke.
They're going to play that clip over and over again. It was wife said.
It's obviously a joke. Ross and I both have been against Nazis and rape for longer than I can remember.
A very, very long time.
Richard Danoff, geez.
Big Dick Danoff is in the house.
Slang that dong for the Crispy Boy weekend.
Yeah, Crispy Boys. So anyways, since Big Dick Danoff is up in this bitch, diehard Ohio State fan, one of the very best tailgates in the land, him and Tony Tamparello are my two faves.
Oh, yes.
In this nation,
Louisiana.
as far as tailgates go. Tony Tamparello's tailgate down at LSU and Richard Danoff's tailgate at Ohio State are two that I will not miss on this planet. Love them.
Nope.
Those are the best tailgates of all of our listeners. And
they're my favorite part of the game.
I know.
That's hard for you guys to believe.
But he hit me up and said, "Hey man, are you guys? What do you think about the schedule? The schedule came out yesterday. I still do not think college football is going to play. Sadly, they've moved up the Michigan game till October 24th. That is typically the last weekend in November around Thanksgiving. Look, shit's going to be weird if they're able to make this work. I still do not see a world in which college football will be played. Therefore, I can't really put any hypotheticals together about where we're going or what we're going to do. I don't know if there's going to be fans in any of this shit, if they do get it played. I don't know what the rules are. What I can say is this. I saw that if there is fans, I know they're not allowing tailgating at the stadium. So if there is fans able to go into Ohio State, Michigan, I will fly in for that game, go to the game, and then Richard has said that he'll have a huge party at his house, tailgate style. So we'll do a live show from Richard's house if fans are able to go to the game. I'm not going to fly out, though, to watch the game at Richard's house. I love you, Richard, but I can't do that. I will call you during the game for sure.
There you go.
You FaceTime,
we'll
but
zoom in.
I'm not going to fly and just watch the game on television. I actually want to go to the games. And with that, the college polls came out today. Those are the very first polls in college football. I'll read off the top three here. These are no surprises. Clemson, number 1, Ohio State, number 2, and Alabama, number 3 in this world. I agree with them. There are no surprises there. However, it'll be a gigantic surprise if college football plays this year. So that's kind of where I stand with that. I've been getting a ton of messages about what I think and everything else. And look, man, college football is my favorite thing on this earth. And it would suck to not have it being played, but the way all these sports are going with COVID testing and all this other shit, I just don't see how it's going to happen. And you're not going to tell a kid in college who's, one of the most famous kids on campus to not go to parties or have a good time and do all that shit, which is why it is also happening in Major League Baseball. So the interesting thing when we were at your dad's house, Jessie, was we were talking about the players who had come down with COVID. Some of them were on the Cardinals. Apparently, there was a story that broke last night that the St. Louis Cardinals, the reason why they all tested for COVID, is because they went out and fucking partied.
Yep.
Yeah. Was it a strip club, Giorgio? No, just a normal nightclub. Just a normal nightclub is where they all went that night. And, if you can't tell professional athletes to do it, you're certainly not going to tell kids to do it. And they're not going to be honest about where they were. Let's just face it, right?
Right.
You're going to lie and be like, oh, man. I remember my high school football coach was telling me one time, he was asking me if I was drinking. We were one of those southern football schools where it was no drinking or no tobacco use during the football season,
Oh, sure.
And if you were caught, you're going to get thrown off the team. And Coach Waters, I think his name was Bill Waters. He was the son of Muddy Waters, the Michigan State football coach. Pulled me into his office one day and was like, I heard a rumor that you were at a party after the game last week. Is that true? I need you to be honest with me. And I lied right to his face.
Sure.
I said,
sure.
No, I was never there.
No,
it's not, because that is going to apply for the COVID. So for college football this year, they're going to ask you where you were. They're asking players to sign a pledge. Same pledge I signed in high school. I will not do things without your permission. They're asking players to sign a pledge and say, hey, man, let's keep it safe. Let's not go to parties. Let's not go to big groups. Let's stay isolated and do all the other shit. There's no way that is going to work for college kids. Not one prayer.
Yeah.
So, therefore,
meh.
There's no college football season, James. No college. But they're figuring out a way for your reality shows, so you're going to be good.
Yes.
You're going to be good.
They're really keeping those going.
Do you know what Love Island is?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Great. They're doing a quarantine edition of it, so you're going to have that.
The Bachelor is filming, so things, they've got it figured out.
Big Brother is also going to film as well. So
well, I mean, it's made for this, right? They're basically quarantined anyway, so it's made for this. The things like The Bachelorette, where they have to be in this place in Palm Springs, like that's rough people are going to fight a lot more and it's just going to be great. Big Brother has always been like that. The Housewives are interesting. I know they're kind of filming, and they just did an in-person reunion, which I guess that's cool to do in New York. I'm not really sure.
No, it's definitely not cool to do in New York. Is that where it was?
Yeah, I think it was the New York. Yeah.
I saw Andy Cohen's Instagram and he was posting like pictures of it, and it was funny. It was like, oh, that's right, he had COVID, so he doesn't give a shit either. That's what happens once you get it. You're like, I don't give a fuck. I'll fly whatever you want. You know,
well,
let's do shows. Let's do whatever.
I don't think he flew. I mean, I think it was in New York.
Did he stay there? Because I saw some of the vacay pictures with John Mayer, and I don't know if he was sucking John Mayer's
right. Well, that
somewhere.
was the Hamptons.
Still a jaunt. Look, hey, to get to unless you're taking a helicopter, which he probably was. He probably was, so I'm going to scratch that. If you were driving.
It's hard to explain how rich Andy Cohen is.
Yes. Yeah, dude, it's really hard. But I would imagine a guy like him takes a helicopter there to the Hamptons. Otherwise, if you're trying to drive that with traffic, probably looking at an hour and a half. But yeah, he didn't give a shit anymore. I like everybody who's had it. They're just like, well, fuck it, let's party. You know?
Yeah. Apparently, Alyssa Milano had it.
Really?
Breaking news. So this is what. So she had all the symptoms in March.
Okay.
In April, she kept trying to get tested. They all came back negative. She got an antibody test. They came back negative, but she was convinced that she had it. She had a ventilator brought to her house.
No.
So she finally just now got a positive antibody test.
There you go.
Now.
There you go.
As with anything, if you go to enough different doctors, if you go to enough different testing places, chances are you're going to get a positive somewhere.
Yeah.
The amount of negative tests that she got, she never showed that.
No.
But she got one positive and was like, put it on Instagram. I told you I had it.
Yeah.
And you're like, look, I thought I had it too. I got a negative test, so I believe that I didn't have it, right?
I actually believe you did have it, by the way. Looking back at it, because look, 50% of these tests aren't working for some reason, and
this one was 97% accurate.
Okay.
And I've asked them, and there was,
I've never seen you that sick.
And I still kind of am. But
it lingers for a few days, James. So,
I know. Well, I went on WebMD, and I think I just have cancer.
Oh, all right. Well, cool. What do you think? Which cancer do you got, you think?
Some kind of pancreatic or liver.
Okay, great. So we'll look into that. Do a little peepsies.
I think the WebMD diagnosis is good to go, and I'll just kind of ride this thing out.
Yeah, I think you're fine. Go the Val Kilmer route, You just wait a few years.
No one will
go to
see
Mexico.
you.
No one will see you about shit.
What I learned from this, sorry, let me say really quick, is that just because COVID is like the top of our brains right now, it doesn't mean that other sicknesses went away.
Right.
There's still all these other things.
Yeah.
But because symptoms are similar, people won't see you. So even if you know you don't have it, you're like, dude, there's something else going on. They're like, sorry. You got to go to the hospital or whatever. Like, come back when you don't have the symptoms anymore. And I'm just like, well, is that going to be when I'm dead or what's going on? So it's just sad. I think there's a lot of people that are not doing well or dying or getting sick because regular doctors and anywhere but the hospital will not see you.
No.
Unfortunate.
No, you're all done there. Uncle Skeets asked us, hey man, when's the pre-release of the new book coming out? So the new book is As the Sun Rises, It Dawns on Him, St. James Street James, and I believe it'll be available for pre-order the middle of September. I want to say like September 15th. It's coming up quick, like 4 weeks. So yeah, man, super fucking amped about that. Jabes is in it. Dan's in it. We hired a bunch of people to do the book.
Dan's really funny in it. Right?
He's great. You guys are all great.
I won't give it away.
Yeah, you won't give it away, but it's great, and we're looking forward to it. Cover's done, all that other stuff is done. Audiobook is almost done, and yeah, I would say pre-order will be available September 15th, probably for hardback and paperback and ebooks and Kindle and all that shit. And then usually the audiobook comes out a couple weeks after or something like that. But we'll see. Either way, Soup's excited about that book. It's really funny and super out of control. Kind of like Jerry Falwell's son. There's a weird picture of him circulating today with his pants unzipped and pulled down. There's a strange girl who appears to be a childlike figure. She's not. She's an adult next to him. She's got her pants pulled down as well, and they're just smiling into camera. Not sure what's going on here, but look, kids, if you're still watching, televangelists on TV, chances are you got other issues going on, You ever been over to somebody's house where they just had a televangelist on in the background? I can remember it once in my life where it was a serious thing.
I'm from Ojai.
Okay, great. So what about, spirit guides and shit like that, life coaches?
No, we had Jehovah's Witness that would come to the door constantly.
Really?
And we were very opposed, yes.
What's the Jehovah's Witness thing in Ojai?
I have no idea. It was just in our small little town. And I was friends with some girls that were Jehovah's Witness, and it was fucking weird. Anyway.
Jehovah.
Yeah, so... I don't know. Is this guy a televangelist himself?
Yeah, dude. The whole family's into
whole family
into that world. It's very much like Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, yes.
Where it's just like, once you're in it, your
don't
whole family's
disgrace the family.
Yeah.
Right?
Missed that show. Hope it comes back on soon, but they're on hiatus. Man, it's these fucking people though. I just don't understand who is buying into their bullshit. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like Joel Osteen. When's the downfall of Joel Osteen going to happen?
Gosh. His base is not probably concerned with media coverage.
Not at all.
Does that make sense?
Not at all. Look, he was going to do those string of concerts with Kanye around the United States that were sold out everywhere.
That didn't happen.
Speaking of Kanye, we're going to close the show with Mr. West is in the building late last night. I called you late last night because I'm still in the Kakalaki and you're in Austin, Tejas. And I said, Jabes, the New York Times has released a story saying that the GOP is actually helping Kanye West get on the ballots in these states. And, boss. It could happen, James. You could flip a swing state. The two that he got registered in yesterday are swing states, Wisconsin and Ohio. Those are big ones. They asked President Trump about it, and he said, "Look, love Kanye. Think he's a great man. I think he's a great man. Love Kanye. Big fan."
A lot of you don't know that.
Beautiful man. And they were like, sir, were you aware that he's got mental illness right now? No, I wasn't. And to be fair, I don't know if he does either. It could be just normal Kanye.
Literally
Kanye.
Stop right now.
I'm not going to do anything about it. And Trump goes, you know who I really like? Love. Greatest. Kim. Kim is great. Yo, I work with Kim all the time. I forgot Kim is freeing all those fucking prisoners, dude.
Yeah.
Alice Johnson and all them, like... So yeah, but the beauty is they have this woman racing in the signatures because you have to get signatures from all these states, right? From registered voters, and so you pay an organization; they'll go out and get these signatures for you, blah blah blah, and they'll run them in. The woman who was running them in the state of Wisconsin, everybody was like, "Wait, I know you. You're big in the GOP," and sure enough, she is. So there is something to this, for sure. And nothing would end 2020 better, in my opinion, than Kanye West flipping a couple of these votes from Biden to Trump, and Trump wins by, I don't know, let's just say 5 votes in like the state of Wisconsin or Ohio. It would be the greatest thing of all time. Now, but there was a bunch of people, most of them white last night, who were gone on Twitter and just raged. Seth Abramson, do you know who that is? That fucking dickhead. I think he was a speechwriter for Obama back in the day. Anyways, it was like, this is black suppressor voting, or you're suppressing the black vote. I can't believe this. And I was like, you're whites, man. And the guy who is running is black. That is Kanye West. He's the only black person in this entire equation. So if you're going to talk about race, you should probably talk about it from the standpoint of the black candidate who's running. Now, granted, what's he doing it for? Can he win? Is he trying to help Trump? I don't know, and I don't give a shit. But the fact of the matter is, he paid money and is on the ballots, and he is the only black guy running. So if you're jockeying over the black voters, they're going to vote however they want. There were so many comments last night of white people just saying, do they think black people are stupid? They see right through this. This is the Republican thing or whatever. And it was just like, as I read all this shit, it was like, if you're a certain race, what makes you think that, like, Democrats, why do they think that all black people must vote Democrat? Doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like, they don't have their own train of thought or ideas or beliefs in the world. Like, it's just really offensive to me. And, like, granted, yeah, Kanye's probably doing this as a fucking joke, and he probably is doing it to help Trump. Like, whatever. But still, don't fucking take the race out of his skin and the words out of his mouth. Like, let him speak. Who fucking knows, man? You know? Assuming that all black voters should vote for Joe Biden is just dumb to me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I look at every American in this country. What is there, 330 million people? Everybody should have their own beliefs, their own free thoughts. That is a democracy. You go out and vote and do it. I don't care what your race is or fucking age and all that shit. You go out and vote, and then there's a winner the next day, and that's the fucking election. It's what's happened every year for 200 years in this country. But by assuming like a full race should vote for you just because it makes no goddamn sense to me at all. But I love the arguments last night. And if he wins this, if he flips a couple of these states by like, because let's face it, Michigan in 2016 was won by 10,000 votes.
Right.
If you're going into the voter booth, right? Let's say you're undecided. Because what is it? 20% of people that vote or 26% of people that vote are usually undecided and shit like this. Mm-hmm. Let's say you go in and, you know, you're looking at the ballots. First of all, whenever you vote, you do kind of feel excited to be there, like you're a part of this process, right? And then you see Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Kanye West. And now the comedy part of me is going to have a hard time not punching Kanye West on this one, right?
You're a nightmare. This entire thing is a nightmare. I can't believe after all the time that I've told you, I will not talk about this. I will not entertain this, not for 1 second. It's un-American.
Sure. But what do you
continue to talk about it?
What do you think is going to happen?
Now it's this. I won't do it.
What do you think is going to happen, Japes?
What are you talking about?
Do you think he gets any votes? I actually think he gets votes. I really do.
He does, because this is fucking stupid and people are fucking stupid. So absolutely. Anything's possible when you get a group of stupid people doing stupid shit. Yes, anything is possible. Kanye West could be fucking president. Does that mean it's fucking awesome? No. This is so dumb.
Oh, it'd be great. I'd be
so
with
dumb.
Kanye.
And I really urge you to talk to your friends about this, because I've said it many times.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that this is where we've gone. I refuse to believe that we think about politics and the presidential race in this like funny premium content way. Mm-hmm. Right?
Hey, man.
Do you fucking care?
What's up with you, Giorgio? Say it. Okay, great. So at 150 likes, Giorgio's promised that you're going to close out the show, our last one in North Carolina, on a single of yourself, thanking everyone in the world. They did it. They got past 150 likes on here.
Oh my gosh!
So can I do it on the way out of here?
Can I do a quick crime corner?
Yes, of course you can. Are you kidding me?
I mean, are you in a hurry? Is anybody in a hurry?
I've got nowhere to go, Jesse.
Do you have another show
tomorrow.
later?
I do. We've got fake news coming up here in about 30 minutes.
All right.
Fire away. The last crime corner in North Kakalaki. Wait, let me play you in. Let me play you in. You ready?
That's what she said.
Whoops, wrong one.
That's what she said.
Nope.
Oh no!
Sorry about that one, Jabes.
That's what she said.
Whoops, not that one either. Crime Corner. That's the one.
Crime Corner.
Yes.
Now this is the most as opposed to thanking you guys, which I will do later.
Mm-hmm.
This is for the Nooners.
Yeah.
So homeless couple found living in Walmart attic with a hot plate, a meth lab, and 42-inch LED TV.
Whoa.
Let's go through this together, shall we?
Can I give you my first initial thought when you read off that list?
Please.
Why a 42-inch?
Why a 42-inch? That's exactly what I thought. You're in Walmart. You've obviously gone down and get it.
Go for the 65, bro.
They're very waif-like.
Yeah.
So maybe they couldn't get the bigger TV up to the
They're
attic.
very light these days, those TVs, though. I go for
That
that
is
65
true, too.
Yeah, dude, you go for the 65.
So Memphis, Tennessee, good for you. Check your attics.
Mm-hmm.
But being homeless has to be difficult, especially in the colder times of years. But for this Tennessee couple, living in the lap of luxury is what they're calling this, right?
Yeah.
Wilbert Thomas and his girlfriend Ingrid, 48 and 54, were living in, they had set up this entire house along with major illegal activity along with it. They're not just homeless and trying to find a place to live. They also had a meth lab going on in the attic of this Walmart. So the couple was discovered when employees in the break room heard banging from above. Oh my gosh.
Banging
Nightmare.
is in sex or?
Yeah. So apparently the couple was engaging in intercourse.
Yes.
With the new headboard that they had gotten the night before from downstairs in Walmart. And they had a queen size bed. Good for them.
Yeah.
I would have done king again. I would have gone bigger with the TV. I would have gone bigger with the bed.
Sure,
but
same here.
It's all what you can carry up, right?
Sure. That's life, though.
So it was banging against one of the attic dividers. And they also admitted to stealing KY jelly.
Well.
Yours and mine. Yours and mine they like to use. I do like a yours and mine. That's a good, because you have a his and a hers.
Right.
So
what's the yours and mine?
So KY Jelly has this brand that's like, it comes in a 2-pack. One of them is specifically designed for the guy stimulation.
Okay.
And then the girl has her own. So you guys each use your own lube and
sure.
it does different things, I don't know, different strokes for different
literally different strokes.
So yours and mine, which he says, so the guy, the homeless guy said stealing the KY yours and mine, which he says screwed up everything and got them busted.
It always does.
Doesn't it? I mean, sex is always going to be the downfall
of
everything.
Yeah. I mean, look,
as far as like getting caught, getting canceled, all of this stuff. I mean, sex is going to be the downfall, right?
It all revolves around porking at the end of the day.
Had they not gotten the KY yours and mine,
yep,
admittedly by him,
yeah,
they maybe wouldn't have done all that, and then they wouldn't have gotten caught. They could have lived up there for years, probably.
Perhaps. I would say that meth lab would probably have exploded at some point.
So thankfully they found it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say because of that meth, that's probably what would have got them in the long run. However, that KY, I mean, I understand it. It's right there. It's right there, so you might as well grab it.
Sure.
But the headboard is strange to me, and the reason why is like you're homeless already, right? You probably
just put a mattress up there.
Yeah, you probably had a mattress down. What made you think that
they were trying to make it nice?
I could class the place up a little bit and get a headboard. That'd be a nice thing.
It just goes to show that like it's human nature to try and make any place a home.
I understand
whether
that.
It's a tent, whether it's the Walmart attic. I don't know.
I get it, James, but here's what's I don't get with the headboard. Typically, you're buying or scratch that, stealing stuff. You're definitely not buying it, but you're stealing stuff like that to be like, all right, cool. I need to live, and this would be comfortable or whatever. The headboard, though, to me says I might have guests over. I might eventually have some guests over in the attic, and
sure.
I want the place to look nice. You know, if there was like end tables and shit like that, is there a picture of any of this?
Yeah, it's sort of like, yeah, there is.
How'd it look? Would the place
it's sort
look
of
nice?
like curtained off.
Great.
There's like white curtains everywhere, so they're definitely in a storage area, right? That they tried to make nice. You know, I don't know. God bless them.
Yeah, they were just getting their bone on.
They didn't hurt anybody.
I know.
They were just trying to fucking stay warm.
Just have a good time. That's all they were trying to do.
Live in a Walmart, which is a dream. Don't lie if it's not. If you're lying if you're saying it's not, it hasn't crossed your mind.
Yeah.
So like live in a department store at some point in your life.
Yeah. I agree.
So fun.
I agree. The best movie of that is Career Opportunities with Jennifer Connelly. Where they're trapped in that Walmart, and big fan. And I understand why you could probably live there for a long time. I really do.
Oh yeah,
I really do. Jabes, last show in North Carolina. We said if we got past 150 likes here on the YouTubes, we would go to a single of you and let you say goodbye to everyone in North Carolina since you were not here today. For those of you who are in the room now, D'Anthony and I will be live here in about 20 minutes on Drinkin Bros Fake News. And again, Dan's going to deep dive into that NRA story because that's some of the craziest shit that I've ever heard. That is the breaking news today. And who better to do that than D'Anthony Holloway? Go to Ross Patterson Revolution on iTunes. Give us a quick 5-star and review. It helps move us on up the charts. We greatly appreciate it. And be patient with us over the next week as we move the entire office to Austin, Texas. In the meantime, Giorgio, let's go to a single of Jables, and she's going to get us out of here tonight.
Are we going to be with them Monday? What's going to happen Monday?
Probably an audio show. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll try, but we'll see.
See you on the audio.
You got a single of Jabes there? All right. Jabes, you can send us off from North Carolina for Ross Patterson Revolution.
Oh my gosh. I am very nostalgic, as you guys know. So this is a little bit hard. If I was in studio, it'd be a lot more, I don't know, emotional, but I just love all you guys so much. You, the Nooners, and the people that are with us every day have gotten us to the place where we can actually go to Austin. It was all you guys, and I love just, I don't know, hanging out with you. I feel like I hang out with you every day, Monday through Thursday, noon-ish. You guys know what a nooner is. It's a noon-ish. So Jacob Nickel, Nico the Greco, Craig, obviously, Richard, obviously, Ruben, the Hawk, Scaredy Cat's a newie, but a goodie, Danielle, Brittany, Julia, Rihanna, sorry, Trans Frank. I actually think I met Trans Frank. I'm not supposed to say who it is, but I think I know, and it's not Dan. Did I say Ruben, Tyler Swank, all the peeps? Who do I have? Who's talking to me? AJ Gamble, Doom Donuts, Logan Lapointe. What else do we got? Did somebody give me some more money? Anthony Lawson, thanks for the quiche. Rihanna, thank you. Love you, girl. See you on the Broettes next week. Kevin Balderos. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for just being with us, hanging out with us, and being a part of our little family. See you in Tejas. Ross Patterson Revolution. Again, bear with us next week, but we're here for you. Love you.